Today on Bridges, we're going to talk about Christmas and how it is the most wonderful time of the year. Merry Christmas, everyone. So glad that you could join me for Bridges today, where we bring you hope for the journey. I'm Monica Schmelter. We're going to talk about all things Christmas. And if you don't think Christmas is the most wonderful time of the year, maybe we'll be able to change your mind about that today. My guest today is Maritza Barron. And Maritza, so good to have you on Bridges.
I'm excited to be here, Monica. Thank you for having me here.
You know, we work together, and it's just nice to have you on this side. And you and I were talking, and one of the things that we have in common is that we love to bake.
Yes.
And get ready for the Christmas season.
Yes.
So let's talk about that.
Absolutely. Yeah. So when we talked about Christmas, absolutely, the first thing that came to mind was baking. Wholeheartedly, it's one of my favorite things to do. I used to always bake red velvets and also an almond cake, which people might see on the table.
And it's beautiful. It's our centerpiece today. You have done a wonderful job, but like I said,
thank you.
I will not be held responsible if I start eating that cake while we're doing this interview. You're just going to have to forgive me.
It's okay. It's okay. I mean, we just need the forks. It's all good. But yes, that was the first thing I thought of. And then the second thing was baking cookies, specifically with my nephew as well. I had no idea that that was a tradition for him. I always used to bake. I mean, I'm coming back into that season again of the joy of baking, but I used to make like 6 or 7 different kinds of cookies during the Christmas season. I'd take a whole day and bake cookies.
Oh my goodness.
And so I had no idea that for my nephew, he saw that as a tradition. And so it just reminds me of just the joy that sometimes as we are doing what we love to do, especially around this season, we don't know how it's going to impact others. Right. Especially when we're doing it out of joy and out of love. Yeah. That's what really struck me when I learned, this was just last year that I learned it was a tradition to him. Right. And it brought him joy. Yeah. So yeah. Something that little guy looked forward to. Yes.
You know, for you, it's something that you'd been doing and you enjoy it. But for him, obviously, that was just really special.
Yes.
And I think Christmas traditions are important. And, you know, there are probably people that are watching who aren't ready for Christmas yet. And it's stressful, right? And sometimes people go into debt and, you know, all the things that happen. But the joy of Christmas is celebrating Christ in his birth and his life.
Yes. Thank you for saying that, because I'll be honest, I went through a season where I was not happy for Christmas to be here. Years, actually. And so this time around, when you brought this up, I was like, oh man, yeah. Like, yeah, there is joy in Christmas. And my biggest encouragement is just for anyone that is watching is that it's definitely about Jesus. It's not about our circumstances. It's not about, and I understand that it can be hard at times. It's the season most people feel lonely. But this is the season where Jesus came and to give us life. And my favorite is I was recently reading Luke, and it says, the angel showed up and said, first of all, do not be afraid. And then after that it says, for behold, I come and bring good news of great joy. And when I was dwelling on that, I realized, wow, it's not about my circumstances. It's not about any of that. It's about the true joy, which is Jesus that came to give us life. Yeah. And we're here to share each other and our hearts with each other.
And I think we have to find ways to remind ourselves of that during the Christmas season. You know, Maritza, it's good to get away and be quiet and pray and worship at Christmas time. But sometimes, like, that's not always the easiest thing to do. We might have out-of-town guests. We're hosting Christmas parties. We're doing, like, all of these different things. And that can produce some frustration and resentment in and of itself. I think we live in a culture that it's hard to say no and that people don't understand. So maybe we go to too many Christmas parties or just do more things than like what a human being can really do.
Correct.
And like you, I really wasn't happy about the Christmas season for years.
Okay.
Yeah, for years. I just thought it's too many obligations. It's too much responsibility. I'm just going out and buying all these gifts and I'm cooking a dinner and it's over in 10 minutes. Like, I just couldn't, circumstances were hard. And I think one thing that I've learned from doing the Bridges show is that we know that circumstances are not the thing. But yet, if it's your first Christmas season without one of your kids or your husband, you're recently widowed, it can really hurt people.
Yeah.
And then they're around all this happiness and they're just thinking, God, what about me? Yep. And that's legitimate. Like, I understand that. We can't expect everybody to be happy, happy, joy, joy, but the kind of joy that we're talking about is like really a different kind of joy. So I didn't want to be bah humbug forever. And, I never acted that way outwardly. It was just something that I knew in my heart that I've got too many things to do. And so I prayed and I thought, what can I do to remind myself of the joy of Christmas, even though my circumstances don't feel that?
Wow.
And even when I've got a house full of people and everybody's making a lot of noise, how can I be still and know He's God? And so I came up with this, and they're going to bring up the pictures as we talk, but the Lord helped me come up with this. I call my Christmas tree the Christmas prayer tree.
I love that.
And what I started to do was, how people give you ornaments or different things. So when I placed it on the tree, it would be my prompt to pray for that ministry or to pray for that person. That. So even in a room of people that are talking about, great subjects like politics.
Best one for the holidays.
Yeah, it's like you just really rekindle that family spirit. I can be praying for somebody. Yeah. And I'm looking at this tree that represents so much to me, so many people that I love. I've got a CTN ornament on there, and when I look at it, I pray for CTN. And I showed you, I have decorations on my tree that are so old. I have, it used to be bright red and bright green construction paper garland that my son made in the Royal Rangers at church. Okay, so now it is completely faded. The paper is like so brittle, I have to keep taping it together. But that hangs as a garland on my tree. And it reminds me of when he was young and, memories of being young parents. But for me to pray for him and to, I've taken that garland through how many moves? But it reminds me of joy and happiness that God blessed my husband and I with a son. And so even if it's a hard season, right, I can still be happy and rejoice in that. So for me, that was kind of a way to anchor myself that in the midst of cooking and cleaning, I look up at my Christmas prayer tree and I think about all the people that I love and that I pray for. And it really gets me to a better place.
Mm-hmm. It is amazing. As I was listening to you, what came to mind is you brought up this Christmas prayer tree, right? And it's so that you wouldn't be in that bah-humbug, like, woe me. Because that was me. Woe me. Woe me. What I realized as you were speaking is we tend to get into the selfish woe me. But when you brought up that Christmas tree to pray for people, the prayer tree, you got your mind off of yourself.
Yes.
And we're here. The biggest command is, love God with all your heart, with all your mind first. But the second is love your neighbor as yourself, right? And so when we get to a point of almost like the woe me, it makes me think wait a minute, if I'm feeling like this, There has to be someone else that feels like
Oh
that.
my gosh, of course. They do
There
say
has to.
Christmas is where it's the most lonely time of the year.
Yeah.
And then I know for me, when I have a pity party, like no one even shows up. Right?
Yes.
It's just me.
Pity party.
Whoa, me.
Yep.
Look at all these things I have to do. Blah, blah, blah.
Mhm.
Bah,
No one,
humbug. Yeah.
Martha, no one's helping me.
Exactly.
No one's helping me. And Jesus is like, well, Mary found the best thing. Just leave everything and come and just be.
Mhm.
Have fun. Enjoy
Mhm.
each other.
Mhm.
Think about each other. Serve
Right.
each other.
And Martha, the doer in all of us, right?
Yeah.
She's like, okay, well, I'd love to do that, but man, we got all these things to do.
Yes.
And I
Yes.
get that too.
Same.
So for me, that Christmas prayer tree is that prompt to come back to what really matters,
There it is.
right? Of course, I still cook and clean, and I love that. And I love serving people and having
Yeah.
people over. It's just, sometimes it just gets to be a bit much.
Yeah.
And societal pressures of what Christmas should look like,
Mhm.
and then my own pressures, the pressure that I put on myself
Correct.
to try to give everybody a good time, and
Mhm.
do they like the food, and did my Christmas baking do okay, right?
Yeah.
And did people like their gifts? It's a lot sometimes to
It
sift
is.
through.
It is. And as you were saying that, as well as like the making sure everyone gets the gifts, and which is true. Like that's me, don't get me wrong.
Uh-huh.
But what I think about even my nephew, right? True story. Last Christmas, I happened to be back where I'm from, Oregon, and I was visiting, and I asked him, what do you want for Christmas? And he literally, I'm thinking over here like a gift, like, what do you want?
Mhm.
And he's like, I just want to bake cookies with you.
Oh.
That struck me, because it's like, wait a minute, it's what matters most is actually, it's not going to be the possessions. It's going to be, how did we treat each other
Mhm.
during that season? How did we serve? Again,
Mhm.
serving, that keeps coming up, serving. But like the memories, that's what it is. The memories.
Years ago when Bridges was live, I had a guest named Catherine Degenhart, and she's with Jesus now, but she said something about gifts that I've just held on to for all of these years. She went into debt one Christmas to buy the grandkids all the things.
Yeah.
And then like 6 or 7 months later, she was asking everybody, and no one remembered what they got for Christmas. And it occurred to her, why am I doing all of that when the memory of spending time together, of loving people and celebrating is really far more valuable than the gift.
Absolutely.
And that's a gift that everybody can give.
Yes.
And it doesn't cost any money, and we don't go into debt.
Mhm.
And so, we're blessed to live in America. At the same time, we see commercials and things. You need this, you need that. Here's what you do for Christmas. But sometimes stepping back from that, and realizing that what a treasure it is if we have a true friend or family
There
that
it
can
is.
come and visit with us. Those are the true treasures.
Yes.
And those are the things that in hard seasons, those can be some of the blessings that we count.
Absolutely. So one of the things that came to mind also right now is even with the like loneliness or the gifts, but sharing time with one another and sharing our hearts with each other, what came to mind is the meal.
Mm-hmm.
Sharing a meal. And I know like Christmas, again, society puts all this pressure of what it should look like. But in reality, it's like what matters most is sharing that meal with someone to have them be part of a family,
Mm-hmm.
be part of a home, be part of a place to say, I'm sharing a meal with someone.
Mm-hmm.
And even Jesus said that too.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. Breaking bread together it's fellowship.
There it is.
It's God-given. And so instead of hurrying through the dinner, and I mean, I have a friend who she served Christmas dinner on paper plates because that's what they had. Her kids still remember. So it doesn't have to be like all these things.
No.
And of course, for me, I'm like wanting to get to the dessert. Let's share that dessert together, right?
Agreed.
But that if we can keep, like, we know that intellectually that what we're saying is true, but if we can have just enough faith to step out and do that at Christmas,
That's good.
it changes everything.
Yes.
It really does. So we've
That's
got something
good.
really fun for baking coming up. In just a couple of seconds, you're going to meet Charlie, and we're going right into Charlie's Christmas kitchen, where he and his beautiful mom, Ashley, are making Christmas cookies.
Jingle
Wait.
bells.
Okay.
What?
What are we going to say to Monica?
Jingle
We're saying
bells.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to who?
Monica.
Merry Christmas, Monica.
Merry Christmas, Monica.
What are we doing?
Decorating cookies for Monica.
Decorating cookies for Monica. You got your Christmas shirt on?
Yeah, look right now.
Oh, yeah. Who's on my shirt?
Mickey.
Yeah. What do you got in your hand?
With two. Oh, this.
Do you remember what it's called?
No.
Is it icing?
Yep.
Can you put some more of it right there? So we're making Christmas cookies, and oh wow, we're putting the icing in a plate because it's easier for us to use paintbrushes and little spatulas, right, Charlie? Are you getting it? It's a little bit hard to get the cookie icing out. Do you? Oh, look what I did! Look at all mine came out. Can you believe it? Here, I'll get this one. Why don't you show Monica what kind of cookies we're making?
We're making Christmas cookies.
Show her which ones we got. What kinds do we have? Look, show her all those.
We have a shawl.
Can you pick it up and show her in the
We
camera?
have a shawl.
A star, yeah.
We have a truck with a Christmas tree in the back.
Of course we have a
And
truck.
We have a Christmas tree. And we have 2 snowmen.
We have more than 2 snowmen. No, do we just have 2? Yeah, we got more Christmas trees and trucks though. So we got a truck, we have Christmas trees, we have stars, and we have snowmen. Which one's your favorite?
Truck.
Oh my goodness.
Truck.
What colors do we have that we're going to decorate with?
Red, white, and green.
Good job. All right. What else do we have to put on our cookies?
Sprinkles! That's my favorite!
Sprinkles are our favorite. All the sugar.
Chee.
Why don't you start painting one of your cookies? Oh. Charlie, you can't do that in the video. Okay, why don't you start painting one of your cookies?
Okay.
And which one do you want to do
I
first?
think this one would be different. Just dip it.
No, paint it like you were before. Are you going to use this little spatula?
Yeah.
Or you want to use a paintbrush?
I want to do.
Spatula? Okay. Oh, wow. So here we go with the red icing.
Hey.
Maybe we'll hold it over. Oh, it's like, okay. Good job, bud. That one's perfect.
Now please hold it.
Okay. Hey, what's your favorite part about Christmas? Presents. What kind of presents do you like? What's your-
Gosh.
Cars. Yeah. What did you tell me earlier that was your favorite thing that we put under the Christmas tree?
God.
God. Do you remember whose birthday it is? You remember whose birthday Christmas is? Who is it? He goes under the tree and the little
God.
baby Jesus.
Baby Jesus.
Yeah. What are you doing? You're gonna eat the icing. Okay. This is pretty much how our cookies go every year. So if we ever give you Christmas cookies, Monica, they have a little extra sugar in them. Okay. Why don't you put some sprinkles on the Christmas tree? What color sprinkles do you want to put on the Christmas tree? We got red and green and white. We got regular red. You want those? All right. What did we decorate last night? What did you put in your bedroom?
Christmas tree and all your decorations.
A Christmas-
When you come over, you'll be surprised.
a Christmas tree and a lot of decorations. Wow. Shake it, shake it, shake it. Good job. All right. Can I show it to them? Okay. Here's our first one.
Now can
Okay. I'm going to put it on. Look how cute this is, Monica. Just for Charlie. Our plate with our truck. And this is what we use every year to put our Christmas cookies on that we decorate. Oh, more sprinkles. More sprinkles. All right. Hey, will you sing, Monica, that new song that you like?
jingle bells, all the way to town. Jingle bells, all the way for town. God is driving a tractor all the way for town.
Yay! That was a different part that I never heard before.
Now stick with a no cookie.
Okay, would you want to do a snowman?
With
or...
all of the cookies.
Okay, you want to do a truck, a snowman, or a star?
Maybe so.
A star? Okay.
So, we'll just paint it.
Okay. What color are you going to paint the star?
Red.
Red?
And
No, we're painting the star. Charlie, come on, man. Come on. Okay, one lick and then paint the star. Is it good?
that wasn't that much.
So really our tradition is we just eat icing and then smear it on our cookies. All right. You doing it? Okay. Do a little bit more. Do you know any other Christmas songs?
Oh, jingle bells, all the way to a tractor, all the way to a Christmas cup. Okay, I'm done.
Wow. All right. That was a good one. Do you like to make up songs? Yeah. Here. What's she doing? So we made a couple of our cookies, and now we're tasting our cookies, but we haven't made a snowman yet. Oh, and we dropped one of our cookies. What if I make a snowman and you try the snowman cookie?
Okay.
You want to see? All right. We'll make like 2 more cookies. What do you think? Do you have anything that you want to say to Monica's friends about? Do you want to tell them like Merry Christmas or what your favorite part about Christmas is?
Get a present.
They can't even see you up there.
I'm getting my favorite part is getting Christmas is present.
Your favorite part of Christmas is presents? Look at this one. Did I do a good job?
Yeah.
Yeah? We got a silver snowman. What do you think? We have a cookie monster here too. All right. Cookie monster.
But I want to try it.
Oh, you're going to try that one too? Well, we don't really have any cookies on our tray because we have a cookie monster that eats all of the cookies. What do they taste like? Thumbs up or thumbs down? Thumbs up. All right. Can we tell Monica's friends to have a really good Christmas?
Have a really good Christmas.
Do you want to say anything to Monica?
Mm-hmm.
What do you want to say to her? Tell her. Is that a Christmas dance? Thank you for letting us be a part of your show, Monica. We love you.
Love
We
you.
love you. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Bye.
Well, that was Charlie, and you got to see him and his mom work on making Christmas cookies, those good old sugar cookies. And so kids always bring a smile to your face at Christmas time. It's the most wonderful time of the year. And we're talking about ways to just stay present in the moment, enjoy the gift and life of Christ, and to enjoy one another's company.
Absolutely.
You know,
Yes.
and Charlie, how could you not smile at Charlie?
He's awesome. He's so funny and precious.
Yeah, he was saying, you know, the segment that he made, he's like, it's my TV show. So I thought it was
It's his TV show.
Yes. And I think, you know, if moms and dads can find the joy in just that, rather than thinking that they've got to buy all of these gifts and expensive toys, that a kid's going to remember decorating those cookies.
You know, and it's also even the whole, we're here because it's the wonder, right, of the season. With children, I love how they have such wonder and awe and wonder of every little thing. Decorating a cookie, it's like, wow, you know? And so that's the beauty of it too, is with children of like keeping that sense of wonder and creativity.
And they love it even when their cookies don't look perfect.
Yes.
You know, I mean, the red can be everywhere, the green can be everywhere,
true.
frosting smashed over here, but they've got great big smiles on their faces,
Yes.
right? Whereas I would want to like, let me fix my cookies.
Yeah.
I need them to look right.
Mhm.
You know, we were talking about the Christmas prayer tree that I have
Yes.
that just really, really helps me in different, well, it helps me every single Christmas. So it's actually a red book tassel, but I refer to it as my scarlet cord of hope. And I actually have these all over my house. And I decorate the tree with them. And I started some years ago on Wednesdays praying for prodigals. You know, people would
you
contact
did.
me about their adult prodigals and to pray for them. You know, one man, he hasn't seen his son in 7 years. He doesn't even
Wow.
know if his son
It's alive.
is alive or not. And that's a heavy heartbreak for many people.
Absolutely.
And so I ordered from Amazon those red book tassels, and I decorated so that every time I look at one of those, I remember God's promise in that scarlet cord of hope that
So
He
good.
would save us from His wrath and from the punishment of sin if we would just believe on His Son, Jesus. And so I use that, even if it's a bullet prayer. God, I'm lifting up every prodigal on my list. That's enough.
It is.
You know, it's great when we can pray an hour, but in the middle of a
Absolutely.
family gathering, if it's 10 seconds, that's wonderful.
It's huge. It's huge. I love that, to just think about and have those reminders, right? Sometimes, again, we just need to see.
Right. Well,
Yeah.
and that's why the Bible tells us all the time not to forget. Because as human beings, we forget. So if
lot.
you've got stuff all over the house that reminds you to pray, reminds you of God's blessings, then we'll be less likely to forget.
Absolutely.
Well, I could talk to you forever about
Likewise.
Christmas, but we are almost out of time. But thank you so much for
Thank
joining
you.
me.
Thank
So
you for having me.
appreciated. Thank you
Yes.
for sharing a little bit of Christmas with us. We pray such blessings and fun over you and your family. We've got to go right now. We say goodbye and God bless you.
If you enjoy watching Bridges, you can join Monica on Facebook for all the extras. Just visit Facebook and search for Monica Schmelter TV. At Monica Schmelter TV, you'll get a look behind the scenes. You'll learn secrets from the studio, and you'll be among the first to know what's coming up next on Bridges. Best of all, you can connect with Monica for prayer and share what topics you'd most like to see on Bridges. Monica would love to connect with you.
Life can be hard and days can be long. So if you're looking for hope for the journey, monicaschmelter.com is a great place to get started. On monicaschmelter.com, you'll find Monica's teachings on demand. And if you're looking to really grow your faith, you'll find online extras are available with every teaching. So don't wait another day. Get started now at monicaschmelter.com and you will find hope for the journey.